Hi guys, Beth here, aka Mediagirl94. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another manga haul pickup collection, whatever I decide to name this video when I'm editing and when I am uploading. That is right, another month has come and gone, and so I'm sharing with you guys the manga that I purchased the month of October. Now this is going to be a different kind of haul, because I thought I would try and see how much manga I could buy secondhand or manga that was on sale to see, what really the price difference is between buying a series brand new or buying volumes like secondhand, used, or ones that are brand new but on sale. And I've seen quite recently on like TikTok and even here on YouTube that like a lot of like the manga like tubers are actually coming out and actually being like, right, this is how much money I have spent on manga, be it for like the month or the year. And so I have actually made notes about the prices, how much they should have cost new, how much I spent, how much I saved, and the price per volume overall when you divide how much it costs. And I'll say this now, I went over my budget. I like to kind of set aside £50 to £60 a month. I spent over £100, so I'm going to be taking a break in November, so at the end of November you will not have a manga haul because I have a lot of manga that I want to read, and it's coming up to the Christmas period, and I know that friends and family are going to buy me a lot of manga because they're at that stage in my life where they go, we don't know what you want, so I just send them like my manga list and go, you get me that, you get me that, you get me that, bish bash bosh. So yeah, there'll be no November manga haul because pretty much I spent nearly over 2 months budget in 1 month, and that was buying second hand. So if I had bought all these new, my bank account would be crying. Before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this October manga haul. You can't see off screen, but like down below I have kind of like split the manga into like 3 piles because I have multiple volumes of like 2 series, and then I have like a mixture of like odd volumes 1 and 2s of like other series. So I think we'll start with like the complete series, like, well, not complete, but the ones I bought a lot of. And the series I'm going to start with, I did not buy secondhand. These aren't used, they're brand new, but I bought them on Travelling Man, and Travelling Man always has reduced prices. It is, if I can hold them up, Rainbow Days. Yes, I am continuing, and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which takes me up to volume 11. There are 15 volumes in this series, so I'm only 4 volumes off completion. This is such a cute shoujo beat-like series, like high school. You've got 4 guys, 4 different personalities, just trying to make it through, and then you have like the introduction of like strong-willed and like cute like female characters who kind of like add a whole new dimension to the story. And yeah, there are a lot of like character growths that like from like first reading the series, like volumes like 1 I would say through to like 4. Initially I was like, am I going to continue with this series, because some of the main characters I was a bit like, I don't really like your personality or what you're going for. Also apologies for my chipped nail varnish. I need to redo it. But yeah, as the volumes have gone on, I have actually found myself enjoying it to the point where I'm like, right, I'm going to try and collect all 15 volumes, which will make the series complete. I'm trying to pick, because I think in these, out of all these volumes, you don't actually have a cover with all 4 of the guys on, because it's always like a guy paired up with the girls, or girls paired up with the girls. So if you think I'm weird, I'm going to hold up volume 8 because there's 3 people on the cover. This is still one of the relatively like cheap series to buy. However, it has done a price leap to like £8.99 I think like volume 5 through to 7. I've mixed it up by doing this, so what have I got in my hand? I've got 8. Okay, so 5, 6, 7 were $7.99, and the other volumes have gone up to $8.99. I would still say it's Shoujo Beats and like kind of Viz in general. They are kind of keeping the series relatively cheap. However, I am seeing the leaps, especially when some series start off like $6.99 and they end up at $9.99. But yeah, Rainbow Days is just cute. I didn't think that I would continue it, but it's definitely a series that I feel like you need to binge. So like, for example, like I binged the first 5. Which ones did I binge? No, I binged the first 4 volumes, because volume 5 is in this. And I remember thinking, oh, this feels like a series that you need to binge all in one sitting, so fingers crossed I will have the other 4 volumes. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them like in the festive period. I'll see what offers Travelling Man has. But yeah, Travelling Man is like brand new volumes. There's like no scuffs, no marks, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to have reductions. So I believe like most of these series cost me like between like £6.20 and I want to say like £6.80. But in total, I'm looking at my list. Where are you? I have not got these in order. Okay, Rainbow Days. I spent £44.85. They should have been, if I'd paid the full price, £59.93. So I did save myself some money. Anyway, let's move on to the next series. Up next is like the cutest BL series that I've come across in a long time. It is Sasaki and Miyano. I couldn't remember his name for a split second. And I have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have volumes 1 through 9. I actually got these on Depop for like a really good price. The seller was selling them for £66.50 for the 9 volumes. If I'd bought all these brand new, it would have been £89.91. So that is like a really good saving. And actually originally the seller had these listed at like 80, but had dropped the price, and so as soon as I saw it I was like, you are going in my basket. I believe like volume 10 is coming out next year. These 2 characters, it's such a cute BL. I saw people talking about it online. I then in 2 days binged the anime, and now here I am wanting to collect the manga. Just, if you want just a cute BL where it's consensual, you know, there's no like forcing of a relationship, you know, it's just cuteness overload, then this is the series for you. Even I would say check out the anime, because I know sometimes BLs can be very subjective. I believe like brand new like individual volumes are like $10.99. However, it has the curse of being very small. I don't begrudge spending like $10.99 on like a manga, because I have done it with some of the series on my shelf, but they are usually thick boys. Every time I see like a short manga and then I look at the price, I cry a little. I believe though, where is it? Volume 4. Volume 7, 8, and 4. These 3 are slightly thicker, but you know, I wouldn't say it's the same length as what like a normal manga series is. For being like secondhand, there's like hardly any yellowing on the top on there. There were like no bent pages. Only 1 volume was a little bit scuffed for me, and it was like volume 7. You had like a little bit of scuff at top spine, bottom spine, but other than that I was like, holy hell, this is really good quality, but yeah. Sasaki and Miyano, if you want, like I said, a cute BL, and it's also got some amazing side characters. And I know that there are like side stories. I know there's like a light novel with like side characters, and I'm really intrigued, especially after watching the anime. But yeah, I got a really good deal, because buying these brand new, it probably would have been a struggle and I probably wouldn't have collected them. So I'm very happy to get the first 9 for such a good price. Okay, and the final pile of manga is just like my volumes 1s and 2s and just like random pickups. So we are going to start with like another BL series, and it's actually a series I've had on my reading list for a while. I just haven't picked it up. It is 10 count, and so I have volumes 1 and I have volume 2. I actually picked these up on Depop. Both volumes, including shipping, was £9.99, whereas brand new they should have cost £17 and 98p. There are 6 volumes in the series, so you know I need to pick up the other 4. In terms of quality, the seller did actually show, you can't really see on this camera, but like the tops of the pages are a little bit yellowed. The sides are a little bit yellowed, but other than that, there's like, no, there's a little bit of scuff on one of the spines. Actually, yeah, there is a bit of scuff, but you know, I'm not as anal as I used to be. I think I used to be like, my manga must be perfect, and so I'd be that person in like the shop, where if they had multiple volumes on the shelf, I'd be like, right, which has got the nicest looking spine? But I think for like series, you know, that I'm not exactly dedicated to, or I'm just trying out, I'm not too bothered. So I feel like I have come a long way on my journey. I don't care about perfect manga, be it yellowed or a little bit scuffed. I do on my shelves, I do try and keep the spines intact, but with like the weird like lighting and like humidity here in my attic bedroom, some of the volumes have got a little bit yellow on the top. I know some people get icked by that, but quite frankly, if you like a series and you want to read it and you can get a really good price, sometimes secondhand or used is going to be cheaper. There's going to be some flaws, there's going to be some imperfections, but it can save you some pennies in the long run. I should have said briefly what this series is about. You have a guy with OCD, goes to see a therapist, and they start a 10-step program to help him get over his OCD, but it's a BL. And especially with like covers like these, oh trust me guys, I already know what goes on in this series because a friend already read and spoilt it for me like a while ago, but now I'm adding them to my collection. Up next was a complete random buy on Depop. I literally went into the search bar and typed in manga and just saw what came up, and I was scrolling and I had never heard of this series before. It is Ex-Yakuza and Stray Kitten, and I got volume 1 and volume 2. Let me look down. Including shipping, it was £8 and 41p. If I'd bought these 2 volumes new, it should have been £25 and 98p, so let's round up to £26. Because new, these volumes are £12.99 a piece. From what I've read online though, there's only like 4 volumes. So, you know, okay, I don't begrudge. If I can pick up volumes 3 and volume 4 for like a similar price, I would be ecstatic. Because kind of like Sasaki and Miyano, it falls into the trap of being thin boys. So the fact that I begrudged $10.99 for like Sasaki and Miyano, $12.99 for this, but there's only 4 volumes, and I feel like I actually have seen volume 3 and 4 online for cheap, so if there are only 4 volumes, then I will probably pick up the series. Literally, you have an ex-Yakuza, he finds a stray kitten and decides to take him in, and it's just cute. It's fluffy, there's quite literally like a rescue like animal cafe, and it will just warm your heart. But yeah, this was a random buy. I saw the covers before I saw the price and I was just like, this looks cute, this looks right up my alley. But yeah, if you go onto like Depop, Vinted, eBay, have something in mind that you are looking for, because it is very dangerous just to go to the search box and type in manga, because this was an impulse buy, but I feel like I got a really good price in the long run. But yeah, in terms of quality, the previous owner kept them really good knack, no scuffs, no yellowing, and I'm like, oh wow, no yellowing and no scuffs for that price, you are going in my basket. I would say if you are buying secondhand or used, definitely look at the photos and do not be afraid to request more photos. I have had people, when I'm selling my manga on Depop, because I do sell my manga when I unhaul, so if you want to buy it, I might leave a link to my Depop in the description below, but I'll probably forget. So like, hold me to it. I do like to post pictures of like spines, like up close, and like the tops, so I can show people if it's scuffed or it's yellowed. And I have lowered the price on like a series in the past because it was really yellow. But I've had people request like, oh, can you show me like an up close photo of this? So don't be afraid to like request extra photos, because at the end of the day, the seller wants to sell to you or someone else. So yeah, but yeah, cute series, impulse buy. Oh. Luckily though, it was the only impulse buy for the month. Whew. It could have been a lot worse. Up next is a complete collection of Love in Focus. This is a chunky boy, but that is because in this series there were 3 volumes and then it was completed, but they compiled it into like one big boy. I did look for like the individual volumes, but I actually worked out cheaper to buy like the omnibus, like full collection, than to buy the individual 3 volumes. I spent £10 on this. It was Amazon, but it was through World of Books. That's right, you can buy stuff from World of Books on Amazon. You just have to go to like the used section when you're looking at items, and you'll see some of the similar like sites where people buy secondhand manga from, but they do it for Amazon. It was the same shipping. This should have cost this should have cost $19.99 new. So like, let's round it up to like £20. But I got it for like half price, so I got it for £10. There is like a little bit of like spine, like not scuff, but I found this with like some of the omnibuses, because I have the Full Metal Alchemist omnibuses, and I have a few with the 7 Deadly Sins. And with omnibuses, because they're big, when you do read them, the spine does tend to crease. I had to find the right word. So there was a little spine crease, not really like yellow or warped. So when I saw the price, I was like, well yeah, I'm definitely like saving nearly £10, so you are going in the basket. This is a cute series. As you can see, there is a girl, there's 2 guys. This is Kodansha, so it was already going to be pricey. Certain like sites or like publishers, for me it's Kodansha, and where are you? Yen Press is also pretty pricey, and and 7 Seas are usually pricey. So is So Sublime, but that's like a whole other story. So when it comes to like those more expensive publishers, they are when I try and get like the series on offer. For those of you who don't know the plot, I'll read you the plot. Under one roof. Mako has always had a passion for photography. When she loses someone dear to her, she clings to her art as a relic of the close relationship she once had. Luckily, her childhood friend and childhood best friend, Kay, encourages her to come to his high school and join their prestigious photo club. With nothing to lose, she grabs her camera and moves into the dorm where Kay and his classmates live. Soon, a fresh take on life, along with a mysterious new muse, begins to come into focus. And it says, new town, new faces, my first pick. It came out pretty good. So I do briefly know about this series and the plot and where it goes, because I actually had a friend who had read it, who has like the individual volumes, and she was like, you'll like it. So yeah, we'll see. But other than that, You can kind of tell the premise just from like the cover and that blurb. Bit of a triangle, but cutesy, dramatic. But yeah, I don't begrudge £10 when it should have been nearly £20. And the final piece of manga in this month's haul is Love is an Illusion Volume 1. This is probably the best steal that I got in this like haul, because I got this on eBay including shipping for $4.99 when brand new this volume alone should have been $16.99. That blows my mind, and so I was really worried that it was going to come damaged. There was literally only a little bit of spine damage on top. Pristine cover, back, side, no yellowing. This is like literally like an Omega Alpha verse. You have a Alpha, a Hot Alpha, and you have an Omega. However, this Omega has believed he's been an Alpha his whole life, but turns out no, he's not an Alpha, he is an Omega, and well, let's just say this thing, when you buy it new in shops, comes bubble wrapped, so all the good BL and all the good like romance manga, if it's in a bubble wrap, you know it gets good, and literally like part way through it just goes straight into like a sex scene, and I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be like a BL without a little bit of sex. But I'm looking and I've actually noted there are only 6 volumes in this series and then it's complete. However, I was like, okay, $4.99, this is a steal. I'll be able to pick up like the other 5 volumes very cheap. I have yet to find any of the other volumes for like cheap. I bought volume 2 on Amazon, and I want to say it was knocked down in price to like £12, I want to say. So I do actually have volume 2, but I haven't included it in this haul because it wasn't new. It wasn't used or secondhand, it was brand new. And I was looking in my local shop like Waterstone, Forbidden Planet, Worlds Apart here in Liverpool, and like it's upwards of like £20 for a volume. And like I fully like understand, because we do have it, yeah, so some of it is actually like coloured and it is so detailed, so I can understand the price because you do have coloured pages. It's very good artwork, so I don't begrudge, but I do, especially I'm not sure if I'm invested in it yet, so I'll probably check out volume 2 and then I'll see if I want to buy the other 4 volumes. But yeah, that just wraps up my October manga haul, used, secondhand, or on sale. Now I have been noting the prices of like the individual ones, but I actually wrote down. So, like I said in the introduction, I spent just over 2 months of like my budget in 1 month. So, okay, in total it cost me £144.74. However, if I had bought all these individual volumes brand new, it would have cost me £230.78. So I saved £86.04 in total. I mean, if I hadn't have bought the extra Yakuza and Stray Kitten, that would have knocked it down, but that was like an impulse buy. And I worked out in terms of like volumes. In terms of Love in Focus, I counted it as 1 volume despite it being like 3 individual volumes, because technically I bought it as 1 volume. If I counted it as 3 individual, it would have knocked down the price, which on average meant, on average, each manga costs £6.60 per volume when you average it all out. Which if you actually think about it, like I said, with like Rainbow Days is like the cheapest manga, and the cheapest volume was $7.99 new. So to knock that down to like £6.60, I think that's actually what I spent on the majority of the Rainbow Days from like Travelling Man. But when you look at series like well, even though technically Love is an Illusion doesn't count because I got that dirt cheap, I got that under £6.60, but the likes of like Love in Focus and even like Yakuza and Stray Kitten that would have been $12.99 brand new, and I technically got it for like half price. Chef's kiss. If you're going to buy manga, I would say budget, budget, and budget. And I would work out, if you're going to buy like a big bunch, be it new or used or second hand, work out the average of like how much the volumes are going to cost you, because then you can kind of like go against like the usual price and see if you are getting a good deal. Do not be afraid to ask sellers for more photos online if you are buying second hand, if you are unsure, especially if you are putting down big amounts of money. For example, I didn't actually ask for any more photos of the Sasaki and Miyano because she had some really detailed photos and I was like, okay. But I have in the past actually asked for additional photos, and as a seller myself, I have been asked and I am more than happy to do it. But yeah, like I said in the introduction, there'll be no manga haul the month of November because I have a lot to read and it's coming up to the festive period, so yeah. In the comments below, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on any of the series that I have bought. Share your favourite series. What manga are you looking forward to that's being released, or what are you looking forward to getting for like maybe your Christmas, or if you've got a birthday coming up. Let's start a conversation, and it is very rare for me to be honest about how much money I actually spend. But I look at it from this standpoint before I wrap this up. I have friends who buy Funko Pops religiously, and I am like, they're like, oh, but my Funko Pop collection, and I'm like, yeah, but I kind of feel like you get more out of like a manga or like a book than you do out of a Funko Pop. I can't complain. I do have some like specific like anime Funko Pops of some of my favourite characters. I have started buying Tokyo Revengers figures, but I'm happy I'm not in that like Funko Pop. I also have like friends who they buy lots of like cards, so like Magic the Gathering. They buy new decks religiously. You can see in the background here I've got some of my Nintendo Switch games. But like I've got friends who own multiple consoles. They have Nintendo, they've got Sony, that's PlayStation, they've got Xbox, they also have Steam. And they spend so much money a month on video games, and then they go, oh, but you're spending so much money on manga, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have that many hobbies. So yeah. But yeah, I am an adult. I do have a paycheck that I get every month, and if I know that I'm going to be buying particular manga that's going to cost a certain price, or if I'm going to see like a live like music gig, I will do overtime at work, just to bolster my paycheck so that, I don't weep when all the money leaves my bank account. But yeah, I think it's really good that to be honest sometimes and actually take a step back like yourself as the creator and be like, oh, I have spent some money. But anyway, let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth, Mediagirl94. Goodbye.